Okay, not really messing around here as well. This episode, not only are we going to be getting 2 level 3 weapons, but we'll also be getting a third, finally, pretty much getting Sia, Wizzro, and Volga up to the standards of everyone else, essentially. Only main difference is that I think the levels are a little bit lower, I believe. And of course, they still need to get good level 3 weapons after that point. Something which I will do for the most part off screen, I think. So don't be surprised if, like, next episode you still see me using level 2 weapons for those guys. But yeah, it's finally gonna be good to get these guys up to a decent standard. Although I am a little bit worried, as Sia and Rizro have level 8 levels, or level 8 missions for the level 3s, so I'm not entirely sure how difficult they will be. But yeah, finally gonna be good to get a goal completed. I think so fast too, because, like, how many episodes has it been since we started this map? I wonder. Yeah. Also, I think I might have mentioned this beforehand, but oh boy, do I need a new Wii U Procon. As well, my controller does not want to turn left or right. They don't turn well. So don't be surprised if I turn more with the camera than more so the character itself. Since I think that could get a little confusing, I think. So this did have a Harpies for Seal. Good to get it out of the way now. So then we can go on to focus on other things. Mainly one of my least favorite mission types, just due to the way it's formed. I don't remember if they did change it in the definitive edition. I think that might have. Just needs to say, like, even though I did to do the first map, or most of the first map, in definitive, it's just like that was a while ago, and I don't remember, like, minute details like that. Yeah, because I think something they added to the 3DS version is that when they tell you that there's more turnkey leaders on the loose, they will highlight the ones that they're in, I think. I don't think they did that here. Also, I should probably be playing CO right. I think I might have said this like a while ago, but don't be surprised if the quality of my playing for certain characters dives down completely, just due to the fact that like, the time between playing sessions can vary wildly, essentially. Is that a soldier or a leader? Okay. I kind of get the feeling that there's going to be a leader in all bases that we need to take over. If that just makes the most sense, I think. But yeah. Yeah, it kind of feels weird since I did or have done the first recording session for the game I'm doing after this chapter, but it's kind of weird because like I wanted to not talk about anything I've been doing recently in that, just so that didn't feel a little jarring, just talking about something I did before. So then I can go on to talk about that now. But yeah, finally got around to playing through Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. And I want to say it's a pretty solid game. Don't be surprised if you see it appear on this channel. Just because I think it's a pretty good game. There's a few things I kind of wish they improve on. Mainly, like, I thought the map was kind of hard to read and a little obscured for no good reason. It's not something that is dire, but like coming off of Mario Odyssey to Ty, it's like, oh, this kind of feels a little stiff in comparison, and that is the movement. Specifically the jumping options. You only have the standard jump, and coming from Odyssey, which has so many different types of jumps, it's like, excuse me, how do I do anything? But one thing I will say that I really like about the game, and something that I really wish other games did or do or would do, is that there's a collectible that is invisible to the naked eye. There is a boomerang you unlock around the halfway point of the game, which basically serves as to show you where those are. But the thing is, you can totally see them and collect them without that boomerang, so that was just so great because I don't know what I would do, or like how I would really format my initial playthrough. Just doing the things, because like something I ended up doing eventually, even when I did get that item, I pretty much just played through a stage normally, collecting or picking things up, and if I happened to see any of that hidden collectible, I would go out of my way to get it. But then once I had pretty much finished the level, that's when I would go around searching for the hidden crates. Also, as I was playing, oh, as I mentioned, playing on Mario Odyssey recently, what I did, well, I finally 100%ed Luigi's Balloon World. And man, I just really wish Luigi's Balloon World had its own separate game, sort of thing. Because man, is it just good. Like, it is a really good way to show movement options and all that. The only problem now is, like, I guess, it's not really a fault of the game mode itself, but like, so many of the balloons are just near impossible to find. Like the main good ones. I think at this point now there's still a good casual player base that you can easily get 800 balloons. But like, man, just seeing a balloon with the stats of like a distance of 400 meters and the time you give it is like 2 seconds, it's like, what the fuck? But like, no, they just were really good at picking up coins. So I guess now it has been a while since I did place the final selection of balloons. I wonder if my balloons are still standing. Because I know towards the end there, I kind of just stopped placing balloons. It's like I really didn't need the money. But there were 2 balloons I had managed to place that I kind of wanted to say, like, I really hope they haven't been popped yet. I had enough kills, right? Right? Okay, cool. Yeah, one of them was in wooded and the other one was in sand. The one I placed in sand, I did clip out of bounds to place. It's like, yeah, no wonder it's still there. I don't know how many people know about that clip I used. And plus, it is a little bit finicky, so like you really need to get like the first, or get it like first attempt, basically. But then the one in wooded, which I kind of hope does get popped, because like there are a few places I can think of that I might want to put a balloon. So I think I will continue this conversation after I go get a compass, because I need a compass. So I need another harp. So harps are just harder to find. So I think in between then and now, I'll go get those if I can. Can't get a harp, but I can get a compass. I'll go get a compass real quick, so I'll see you then. Okay. As I was saying, the balloon in wooded, I hit it in an area I don't think many people remember. That being, the place, with, I think, like, I can't remember the name of it, but like, the pinwheel platforms, I think that's what they are, towards like the very end of it, and I did that surprisingly quickly, thanks to a bit of movement tech I've kind of picked up, from watching a few too many like speedrunners of the game, like not watching speedruns itself, but like speedrunners play the game. Okay. I remember there being a level in the 3DS version involving Volga. Okay, it's fucking turncoat. What the fuck is up with all this turncoat bullshit? Yeah, I did a grand pound roll off a cliff, and that just that is so goddamn fast. Yeah. So I'm kind of surprised that that Nintendo hasn't really taken away any movement options. which is weird. Like they've fixed, oh, yeah, they fixed glitches that involved the movement text slightly, but like they haven't outright removed any movement in Odyssey. Which kind of feels a little weird, but like, yeah. At this point, I'm just glad to have another 3D Mario game with like really solid, yeah, really solid movement. Like I'm fine with Galaxy, but like I kind of like moving fast in games sometimes. Also, like, yeah, that's another thing I would kind of say I don't like about Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger. The movement, like speed of the movement is like not fast at all. There's like one run speed and that's about it. Like at most, you can run on ice if the level has ice. And a lot of the time it doesn't. Although that being said, I do kind of like the fast movement in water, although that being said, I don't exactly like the way you go about activating it. It just kind of feels a little clunky. Since I believe you have to double tap A to start moving fast. You can't hold it, you have to double tap. Yeah. But yeah, like if the stages were a little bit smaller, I'd kind of agree with it, but like the maps are really large. Some of the maps are really large. Especially the non-linear ones. So holy shit, when I got to Shipwrecks, it's like, the fuck am I doing? Because Chill Up is just pretty much one path. Forget the next level. But yeah, that... Walk in the Park, that's right. Yeah, Walk in the Park is just like very hard to get lost in your way just due to the fact that it's just basically one path. Yeah, then Shipwrecks, it's like, what? How? What, dude? Especially because like the area is somewhat segmented. As in, I think there's like 2 smaller areas which you can't get to unless you dive underneath the water to find a hidden pathway. It's like I did not know where the fuck I needed to go to get to the ship. But that being said, like I probably passed over the hole you needed to go into, or the tunnel you needed to go into 1,000 times just thinking it was the way back. Also, because I was playing the Switch version in Outback Safari, they did do a fairly good job at making the opals stand out a little bit better, but like I really don't understand why they had to place them in boxes. Like that's one part I didn't really understand. Although that being said, eventually I didn't have a problem finding all the opals. I had a problem finding the last golden cog. Because, oh boy. But yeah, oh. Yeah, I'll mention it now, because I'm on the topic of Thai. I want to say it's a new addition to the Switch version, but they added a hardcore mode where you have 1 life, and you can only have 1 life, And by accident, I selected that mode when I was first setting up a save file. So, yeah, I was a little bit pissed when I just assumed that the game just randomly deleted all my save data. But that being said, I didn't really get that far. I think I got to walk in the park. I don't remember how far I got, but I did get decently far, I think. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I'm not sure if I want to pick up this sequel though. I might just have to see. Because apparently it's a little bit different from the first one. In some way. Okay, this is the final turncoat leader. So because we still have one more level to do after this, I think what I will do is I will cut out me getting the remaining kills. So oh no, there's still one more left. Okay, scrap that. Once I find the final thing, then I'll cut out all the kills I need left. Which, how much time have we spent? Okay. Just felt a lot longer than it did for some reason. Just a little bit worried because we have to kill Ragnarok and not exactly confident in my Ragnarok killing skills with Volga. Although that being said, I'm not using his C3, so what? Like what? What am I doing? He has good moves. Just keep using them. Ulties. Do the thing and you'll do right. You know, because I am assuming that there's going to be a rally captain, I think I'll be fine to grind up 200 more kills. Oh yeah, right, of course. The boss doesn't, or the giant boss doesn't spawn in immediately after. Okay. Who's up in the Allied base? Just casually forget what I'm pressing. Although that being said, I'm just so used to the Switch Pro-Con now. It's like, what the fuck is this toy? Like, this thing just feels so extremely light, it just doesn't... What? So I wonder why they didn't add any, gyro controls to the Switch Pro-Con, to the Wii U Pro-Con. Because, like, it just kind of feels like a missed opportunity. Sort of thing. Although I guess that being said, I think they wanted you to use the gamepad way more. Sort of thing. I should have the kills. That situation up there does not look good at all, but just gonna stick with it and hope that we can do this before shit gets too real. Ragnarok spawning way the fuck up there. Okay, cool. It's been a while since I've looked at all the thumbnails I made. Have I had a thumbnail with Ragnarok in it? Son of a bitch. No, I guess technically I don't need to kill the rally captain. It's beneficial. Just shred the fuck out of him. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'll save the magic to when I need to make Ragnarok comply to my demands. That sort of thing. That's good, and now we can begin the C3 spam. Just gonna do this because the timing's a little rough, I think. What's the challenge here? So no, it isn't a get a hit. Oh, it isn't a not get hit. Because like I'm getting hit a lot. Okay, for Volga's standing, that's a pretty good amount to deal. Maybe it's Nagata. Though it could also be don't heal. That could be another thing. Completely forgot about the thing. Although that being said, it is episode 77, so... Yeah, any mistakes I make, or anything I forget. Like, the fact that I forget things from the map screen, it's like... It's known by now. Okay. Odd how we didn't have to worry about damage. Although, I guess that being said, I am fine with that, all things considered. Okay. And for the final level, I will pass it off to editing LTs because I believe this is a timed mission. Yeah, it's back up to KO count. The first thought I had when going into this level was that 10 minutes without healing, or without being able to heal, it would be pretty tough considering what this mission is. But that's not really a worry I had for long, as because we are playing with Wizzro, not too many enemies were able to get close to me and deal damage. But yeah, just kind of spend the time now talking about why I don't really feel like this mission is executed well. I'm not sure if I have talked about this beforehand, but I think since my opinions have developed a little bit more, I'll just say that I kind of feel like just having it be 10 minutes instead of just having you have a goal, KO goal, and you have the time to work towards that instead of just going, hey, here's 10 minutes, go and KO as much as you can, really. So I kind of get the feeling that 10 minutes is a little too much, maybe? Because, like, especially during this, I kind of got a little bored towards the end. Especially since, like, a lot of these missions kind of have, like, 1 or 2 phases just spread throughout those 10 minutes. And, like, in between then, there's just, like, a lot of downtime. It's like, I really don't think this kind of meshes well. Like, yeah, first phase is the beginning, just kind of getting your grips around you. Maybe there'll be captains you can kill to get magic, maybe. Second phase is either giant bosses or warriors, who then, if you kill, spawn in more enemies, and then I think towards the end, more warriors spawn in. Like, that's like the rest of it. Just kind of gets boring. Which is why I did choose to to just do these the way I'm doing it, as just sitting here for 10 minutes probably wouldn't be fun. Although that being said, I am kind of thinking about doing an episode where I do nothing about these types of levels, and how I'll go about formatting that is, I have no idea. Because, like, I have no idea. Like, even. But just to do that, so like we kind of don't have too many episodes where, like, there's 2 levels and then there's just like a level like this where I need to like separate it somewhat. It's not bad, it's just like these levels do not fit well with what I'm doing here. But yeah, can't really blame them, but it's just sort of, yeah. Also kind of the reason why I don't really like vanilla missions so much, just because at the moment they are taking a bit. Thankfully they won't take as long for not too long. Hopefully they'll get a lot more shorter by the time we reach the next map, hopefully. But after that next map, it'll kind of fluctuate a little bit. But yeah, I guess I will let you out with Wizzro collecting his level 3 weapon. I think I've already did my outro, so just go.